Hello everyone, Thempire here with just a short one for you today because we've got new Albaz cards, and because it's Albaz, I think I just gotta go ahead and rip the band-aid off and take a look at it. We've got two new guys. We got Fallen of the White Dragon. Level 4 Dark Dragon effect monster. Look at him. He's white now. He's got white hair. He's not white in skin color, but he's got white hair now and white clothes. He is gear 5 at this point, I feel like, which is interesting because I didn't realize we were running on One Piece rules, but apparently we are. Same stats as before, I believe. I don't think he had defense stats. 1800, 0 defense. Card is always treated as Fallen of Albaz. You can use the first and second effects card once per turn. If this card is in your hand, you can send one monster dimensions Fallen of Albaz from your extra deck to the graveyard. Special summon this card, and you cannot special summon an extra deck for the rest of the turn, except for level 8 fusion and synchro monsters. If this card is normal special summon, you can special summon an Ecclesia monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard. I don't know. Seems like a fine card. This is one interesting thing about this card is that it lets you play a different Albaz. So, like, ordinarily in Albaz decks, you run 2 Albaz. At least, like, that was the standard when I was playing the deck. This could be your second Albaz, and it does something different, right? I think that's kind of interesting. And in the hand, it does something interesting. It can summon itself for free by just sending a card, and you're already getting locked into these types anyways, so you, like, who cares? Although it does limit your ability to go into different fusions. So, like, oftentimes, you know, you want to go into fusions that aren't level 8. So that could be an issue. Like maybe you're on the Shadow package and you're trying to make Winda or, you know, various other things. I don't know. And then for synchro monsters, this does kind of lock you out of Dispatter. But like, how often are you going to be making this Fallen of Albaz guy, right? But in Sword Soul, this card on normal summon gets you Ecclesia, and Ecclesia is a really good card. The Sword Soul Ecclesia is a really strong card. So this seems like a decent card, and it can maybe get you access to some stuff. Like, if you use the effect to special summon it, then it locks you out of going into Chengying, but you can still make other guy at level 8, sorry, blanking on the name, and stuff like Dragite. Like, there's so many level 8 synchros you could make, and then, like, you get to have the advantage of, like, sending something to the graveyard and getting the effect off of that. I don't know, like, and then of course you could just normal summon it if you need. Like, normal summon it gets Ecclesia, and then Ecclesia can get into other Sword Soul cards. Like, it seems like a decent card. And we also got another level 8 synchro here, so let's see what that does. Ecclesia of the Black Dragon, level 8 light spellcaster synchro effect monster, 2500, 2500. It's got Regenesis stats. 1's tuner, 1 plus non-tuner. You can use the target second starting 1 during the main phase, quick effect banishes a card until the end phase. If you use special summon a Fallen of Albaz or level 4 or lower monster that mentions it from your deck or graveyard, which I think the only cards that mention it would be like do Ecclesia, the second Ecclesia card mention it. Let's take a look. Fallen of Albaz. That should bring up everything that mentions it. Mercurier. You can summon Mercurier. It's summon, right? Yeah, summon. So you could bring Mercurier out. That's cool. The new Fallen of White Dragon. Quem. You can bring back Quem. Albion. It's not level 4, but okay. Oh, the new kit mentions it, and the old kit mentions it. Cartesia. Cartesia is pretty good. Golden Sword Soul mentions Albaz, huh? And then, of course, the Incredible Ecclesia, which is the big one, I think. And then Aluber, the Bestial Aluber. And Albaz the Ashen. Okay, so you can do that. It says one or, so you don't get to have your cake and eat it too. That doesn't seem like a particularly good effect. If this card is in your graveyard, you can target one level 8 fusion monster in your graveyard or banishment and one card on the field. Shuffle both and this card into the deck. I mean, that sounds fine, I guess. It's just... Because, like, you know, Fallen of Albaz, or Fallen of White Dragons can send a level 8 synchro fusion monster, to the graveyard. Then you can make this guy and then have a bounce or a shuffle. And that's not awful. You wouldn't run this in any sort of branded deck because branded fusion locks you out of synchros. But if you're running something, if you're trying to run something a little different, like you're just building the Albaz deck in an entirely different way, focusing on synchros and maybe making fusions through other means instead of branded fusion, this could be interesting. And that's something you might want to consider in perhaps Genesis format, right? Where branded fusion is pretty pointy. So I look forward to seeing what people do with the... I think Fallen of White Dragon could potentially be an interesting card in current branded decks. I think Ecclesia the Black Dragon is a really interesting card for what it means for what a branded deck can look like. And I am looking forward to seeing what people do with that, probably most likely in Genesis format. So we'll see what happens with that. A lot of support for the various... what do you call them? Branded archetypes? Yeah, the various branded archetypes in the Burst Protocol and the set before that, I believe. It was where like Mouser and stuff like that were. I don't think those were in Burst Protocol. I think they were in the set before it. A lot of interesting stuff in this set. And we're also getting the branded lore deck, which is supposed to have to do cards as well. So a lot of branded stuff coming. But we'll see. Maybe the new cards in there are just the ones from Burst Protocol and stuff like that. I don't know. I hope they're new cards, because otherwise that would be a pretty lame reveal. It's like, oh, you've already seen the new cards. Like, oh, great. But yeah, very interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing what people theorize with these. I think they're not immediately like jumping out at me as crazy, but there's certainly a design space there that is good. There's like they're in the ballpark of where cars need to be, I feel like. So cool. That's all I got to say about these ones. Like I said, it's just gonna be a little short one. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know in the comments down below what you're doing with these cards, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Hey there, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I've got a lot more for you if you want them. Just hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to get notifications. I'd also appreciate if you left me a like and a comment and maybe shared the video around with your friends. You can also follow me on all the usual social media sites. Just check out my website in the description below for more info. My videos are funded by my patrons, Ko-fi subscribers, and YouTube members, whose names you'll see scrolling by in these credits here. For just $1 a month, you too could find yourself here, trapped in my end screen for all eternity, among other benefits. In particular, I'd like to thank Jeremy Coatney, Frog Prince Michael, Fleakill, Haru Hayes, the Almighty Ferret Lord, Fire Mizumi, Beastman, Bryn, and Beelzis. A big thanks to all my patrons and to my little community as a whole. Remember to be kind to yourselves, be kind to others, and have a wonderful whatever time it is for you. Bye-bye.